I've mentioned it before, but when I replace this thing with a second monitor one day, I'm gonna take it out in the back of my yard and I'm gonna destroy it with a sledgehammer, and it will bring me so much joy. I cannot wait. How's it going, folks? We are continuing the House Torres campaign. We are now into the second part of EU4, and my gosh, I gotta say, I was a little worried about EU4. It's my least favorite Paradox game, though ironically, it was my favorite for a very long period. It just really lacks flavor. It really does. Like, respect to the game, I have 2,500 hours. It really lacks flavor. But that being said, last session was fantastic. Obviously, at the end of things, we had a pretty radical change in the history of House Torres in this mega campaign, when, despite 150 years of a rivalry with the royal family of France, we ended up entering a war and saving them, and now we're allied with them, as you can clearly see, and it still has Bourgogne too. Notably, we murdered much of their royal family, like a lot of it, but we're allied now out of convenience. Castella being obviously such a dangerous power that we needed to offset. Now, during that First Iberian War we just fought at the end of last session, we managed to soundly defeat their army on multiple occasions, and we defeated their navy massively in the battle of this, which I can't say because I'm not French enough. So that was pretty unprecedented. I've been thinking over the course of the week about like that action, whether it made sense or not. Well, I think it does with the traits of our king, King Rodolfo. He's a just man. And as a just man, he'd probably be, you know, pretty good, not a horrible guy. His son and heir, who's old enough now to have an opinion, is kind-hearted. So we're actually finally starting to see a little bit of good in our house again for the first time in 300 years. It's been a while. But the way I'm going to play this out, and I think the way I kind of see it, is that we've got like a new era of House Torres. The Renaissance in Italy obviously bringing in a lot of new culture, a lot of new thought, a lot of, you know, I'm sure the princes around and things like that. But despite that, you know, our family is going back to its roots. We're getting a little bit more noble, a little bit more good. And as such, King Rodolfo, although all his advisors and the words of obviously his father and grandmother, or great-grandfather was alive, would have told him not to have worked with, you know, the French. He knows the history, and as a just man, he'd kind of, I'm sure, see some justice and finding some measure of redemption for our house by helping those that we've done so much horrible things to. So, I don't know, I think it's an interesting situation. So yeah, we're allied with France right now. We're allied with the Papal States as well. Notably, the Papal States have gotten absolutely huge in Africa. Also, what's up, guys? What's up, Flaming Dragon? What's up, Truckoneer? What's up, Dexter? How's it going, Jay? What's up, Vambi? Good to see y'all. I didn't leave my wife and kids to lose to the 4 Yonites. The Iberian War was so entertaining. Hype for Day streams. Hell yeah. The other huge thing, America. I kind of went over it last stream a little bit, but just to touch on what I've added, obviously, we have a Scandinavian Norse nation in Finland. I thought it'd be nice to add. What I want to justify that as historically was when Britannia was conquering the hell out of the islands, and England was really, and Iceland, as well as the fall of Sweden, which happened in our game. A bunch of the Norwegian and Swedes, given that Greenland had already been colonized, because we had that event chain in CK3, just crossed over and founded a small colony. They're not really big, they're very minor, but they still do have Norse culture. They still do have, obviously, a nobility system and things like that. So, like, RP-wise, they'd be there, they wouldn't be big. I'd hazard a guess and say their country, although its borders are large, it'd really be in the tens of thousands of people, maybe at max 100,000. So it'd be a sizable number of Norsemen and probably locals incorporated, but it's not gonna be some super mega, you know, North African Wakanda, right? And then we got Eric's Fjord. So obviously in CK3, we had that whole event chain and struggle mechanic, which was really cool, built around the colonization of Greenland. We only got our foot into that in the last minute when we magically got Moray. But what has happened is that when England decided to pull back and give up their colony, which they did, there was an event for that in CK3, they left a bunch of English people and Norsemen in Greenland, who now have their own country. Same deal. Not huge. It's a very small country. Borders look big, but in reality, it's not gonna be that huge. And then lastly, the other thing is I did unify the Aztecs at the start of the game. They have since blown up into a million pieces, unfortunately. However, their colony in the Caribbean is still there. Fully independent now, though. But that's an Aztec nation with large regions of the Caribbean. So for us, right, we got, I would say, given we got so many maps so quickly, I think the game just gave it to us. But RP-wise, what happened is I'm going to say one of our explorers and one of our, traders basically met these guys. So we're now in contact with King Gudlaug of Arnold Daur. I wasn't thinking about how hard this name would be to say when I picked it, but here we are. But anyway, we're in contact with them, and they told us about New World. They gave us like a very rough map, so we kind of have an idea of what's going on. Obviously, happened in the middle of the Iberian War. So, generally speaking, we're in an interesting place. We've managed to offshift the power of Castella to a degree. They're still much stronger than us. Our navy has come out very much on top, kind of showing that Castora II was very right in that our power will come from our navy. So, navally, we're undisputed in Europe. We have a very strong ally in France, which has consolidated its position. We have strong allies with the Papal States. So, yeah, it's kind of where we're at. Very interesting position. Not one I expected us to be in at this moment. I thought we'd have a much rougher time. And, I mean, by no means are we out of the rough stuff, but it could be much worse. So, all right, let's go mothball our fleet and let's get into things. We can get one more rival right now, so I think we'll probably hold off on that. Maybe we'll go for Lotharingia, given that they are also very fierce enemies of our allies in France, but we're not quite close enough as well. Call it D2. I'm gonna follow AZ702. Look, Castle and Torul. Where is Torul at? Oh, look at a moment. Alright. And I am going to change the soundtrack. One moment. There you are. We're going to go back to the classic. We're in the right era for it now. Alrighty. Alright, we're going to get a royal marriage with the French royal family. I'd say we're probably marrying ourselves, yeah. I think we probably got a betrothal to the son of, is it Isabeau? Isabeau? Anyway, we probably got a betrothal to the Crown Prince of France, I'd say. What was it called in that time period? The Dauphin, wasn't it? Wasn't that the Crown Prince of France? I want to say it was. It's been a while. Alright, for our advisor diplomatically, I think we'll go for diplomatic technology cost reduction now that we're actually past 1444 and can start to get some more techs, which will be lovely. Also, I did put a pull out in the Discord about what our second idea group will be. Let me take a look at that. A few housekeeping items as well before we get going. One moment, I'll look at this poll. Firstly, I have separated the roleplay Discord from my Discord. So for a while, obviously the streaming Discord I had slowly turned into Babylon Roleplay, which is now, pretty large. It's a roleplay server. We're going exploration good. But I decided to split it off. The main reason being, it's just like a roleplay server now. It's more of a multiplayer community, so I wanted to split it off. So I have a personal Discord now. I linked that in my Twitch. If you are interested, feel free to check that out. It is very different than Babylon Roleplay. What I want to start doing is I have some ideas. I'm going to start incorporating a lot more, basically like participation from people on things. So you can like make characters to incorporate them in the games and things like that. It's also where I'm going to be doing all the polls from now on, besides a few like during obviously Twitch streams. So like the big polls will be in there as well, just a heads up. The other thing, I'm going to pay off this loan I want to note, is that I am going to be running a RimWorld multiplayer campaign starting in 2 weeks. I'm thinking I may stream it. In the past, we had a rule in the Discord, which is that you basically don't play in games that you run, which was good because it didn't cause problems with people being super biased, but it also is boring. So we're allowed to basically play and GC now. So if I run a RimWorld game multiplayer one, I may stream that. That'll be on Friday evenings. I was going to join the recent Stellaris game, but I didn't get humans, and I have a very specific civilization and story I want to run, so I'm going to wait on that. I may do a single player one, so also heads up on that. You've got to read the notice? What do you mean the notice, Susie? You mean the C one? It was a generic event, but I did not read it, no. All right, let's, we are way over our generals, my God. Okay, let's fire some of these. We actually ended up getting some pretty good generals in that war. Big quick preparations. That's too expensive, we'll hold up on that. One thing I will not do is if we get events over and over again, I will stop reading them after a while. I do want to point that out. EU4, as I've mentioned, and I will keep saying, is a very flavorless game in many ways. Not completely, but compared to other Paradox games, it really does lack a lot. And I get very tired of reading events that are especially very boring over and over, so I will start to skip things like CK3. Just heads up. That being said, this is not one of those. Scholars have long believed that the Catholic Church might be used as a common ground for which to establish lasting peace in Christendom, if only its leaders could summon the political will to put aside their differences. One such thinker is Solomon Taparelli, a respected humanist who has gained the ear of the king. He suggested that we should seek to repair our relationship with our rivals, the Castellas, arguing that good Catholics have no true cause to fight one another. Such an act of benevolence would surely be seen as an example of the Catholic rulers everywhere, laying the groundwork for a long-lasting peace. We are happy to do that. We're happy to do that. As soon as they transfer us back our holdings in Granada, as soon as they give our territory back, we're happy to embrace them as Christian brothers. Until then, they can go fuck themselves. So, yeah. In a discussion at a tribunal arranged by the Pope, the papal legate in the end acknowledged the arguments of a prominent humanist. Whilst the humanist had been accused of heresy, the Pope will now lift the accusations, acknowledging that at least his legates are not infallible. That's shocking. That's a very reformist Pope, Pope Maximus. He's a zealot. It's an odd one. You didn't ping on the Discord. With the stream beginning. I need to set that up. I don't have the bot in there, actually. I had a bot set up in the main Discord for that. Also, we do have Vicky 3 today. Just heads up, guys. The mod is completely finished. We yanked out the last of it yesterday. We're all good to go. So we will have a Spain game today as Vicky and Vicky 3, which I'm really looking forward to. Put a lot of work in the naval aspects of the mod, some other things. So I'm excited to see how that will go. All right, we do have another ability as well. What would make sense at this point? Common diplomats. Hardened soldiers, maybe. We fought a lot. I'm gonna go for competent diplomats. Given that they managed to arrange an alliance with the French, I think we will do that one. It makes a lot of sense, I would say. We still do have 2 more loans we need to pay off as well. With a mothballed fleet, we are still running. All right, surplus. And our king died again. Oh no. Oh, Lysandra second the first. I have to change that. I did fuck that up. I always forget that this game automatically does first, second, third. I can change his name in the files. That's fine. It's just gonna be really annoying to look at. When the Vicky Theory game starts, I won't be around in the chat. Got no NA internet. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So yeah, okay, we just lost Rodolfo. Obviously a very well-known king. He was old. He was around 60. He inherited really late from his father, Castora II, and he was the one who did lead us to victory in the First Iberian War. So very impactful king. He really did set us on a good path in the Renaissance in the next era. But he didn't reign for very long. Like our current grandfather, his father, was around for a long time. So I'd say maybe he reigned for 15, 20 years. It wasn't that long. So we now King Lysandra the second. It's gonna bug me, but it is what it is. Who's kind-hearted. Only 21, he has no heir, and he has no wife. So we can actually look around a little bit for a wife right now. My dear lord, this must be a dream. A fortune teller is here. She wants to look at our lines and see what the future holds for us. This is risky, but we'll do it. All right. We already have a royal marriage with the French. We can't get one with the Pope. Are we still allied with Lombardy? We are. We could get a royal marriage with them. They're not very competent, but I think that would make sense. So we'll marry into the Lombardy royal family again. Valeria, 322. She has a great name, but not very good stats. So that's, again, this is an RP game. I'm getting into that EU4 mindset I used to always play in, where you just min-max shit, which is fucking boring. We'll do that. We're also way over our governance capacity, so let's up that a little bit, I'd say. Oh, no, we can't. All right. We will have to wait. You named Cipriano Lysandra II, so in a way this is Lysandra II. I just don't trust the game to do things right, I'm gonna be honest. Ah, witch's eyes. May she be cursed, may she be damned. How will I forgive her who wouldn't forgive? Me who just valued the power. Alright, we got a bad event on this. That's unfortunate. Alright, let's check the naval standings. How are we doing on that right now? We are behind Britain now. Oh. That's unfortunate, but with our French allies who have 6, we do have more than them. So we can hold off for now. We need to get this debt paid off. We need to work a bit more on the economy. And then we can go ahead and work back up. Favors for money? Absolutely not. We need a lot. We're really in debt from that war. Makes sense. It was pretty rough. Bring transports to port as well. And I never moved our army off. Nice. Why is this not reinforcing? Or is it? Huh. Not too sure what's going on there. That's weird. And the next heir is supposed to be named Castora. Yes. Thank you very much. What do we want to work on? So obviously, given that we know the New World exists, we'd be very curious about it. We've always been traders. We'll let them stay. We've always been like a trading kingdom. It's how we got our start. I mean, the original Judaics were very much traders. Lugudoro was never as great as Cagliari in the past, but it was a trade hub, so we've always been built around that. We'd understand that new lands and the spices of Asia, which we'd likely think this is at this point, or at least would be near, would be very valuable. So for us, we'd have a very large interest. Though at present, obviously, we have no one to actually explore with. It'd be very high on the king's list of to-dos. Especially as a young man, brought up in the Renaissance era. You know, it was a time of new ideas, and obviously the New World would tie very closely into that. So we're gonna probably, we will get Asia discovery. Diplomacy ideas pretty quick. How long until we get the second idea group? I always forget. 7. That will be a little while. We might get it in his life. We might not. We'll see. Go with that. Yeah, the New World will be very interesting. Also, Vladimir has gotten to be absolutely massive. So is the Chagatai. The heirs of Genghis Khan and the Mongols have actually turned out to be much stronger than I expected. We've got the Sunni Chagatai, we've got the Orthodox Borgians, which is in Mongolia, and then we've got, ironically, the Tengri Vladimir. So these are 3 successor states to the Mongolians, who, to be fair, got all the way to Vienna, and they're in very good shape. Like, goddamn. I thought that they would fall off and not come back, but they really have. Man, that is interesting. Vladimir Horde, yeah, no kidding. Absolutely huge. All right, we need to build a castle, but we still have to wait on that. We're really just waiting to build up our economy again, get our debts paid off. So I'm going to stop our automated diplomacy. There's a few things I want to do here. do that. Ah, he's already there. That's what I wanted anyway. Crystal being demanded more in Barcelona. We'll go for economic growth. Fuck. I hope we get some more events that aren't the same here. Goddamn. I added a bunch of event mods to try and get around this, but they might just come later in the game when we get more into like the Age of Discovery and then the obviously religious wars and stuff like that. Is Vladimir going to make a Mongol Russia? It's looking that way in DC. It really is. Tengri Russia would be so fucking cool, dude. Like, oh man, I'm hoping that's what it goes. It looks like it. Paying off your country's debts, you can tell this is a video game now, right? It's so unrealistic. See, I'm playing out my real life fantasies. That is one day I pay off my crippling debt. It's unrealistic but enjoyable in a simulation, you know, so you gotta take the little things. I think it's the French army now. Oh, we have a lot of papal influence. How many cardinals do we have? We're behind. Let's see if we can get another one. Ooh, there's a pretty low chance. And we'll also get more mercantilism. I don't think we're going to be able to compete for more cardinals here. So we'll just go for the bonuses rather than anything else. Given we have very good relations with the Pope, we have obviously a lot of very good diplomats and ambassadors in Rome. We need to utilize that, and we'll maintain that diplomat in Rome because I want that maxed out at all times. We need very good relations with the Pope, and they aren't as great as they used to be. Wait, we don't have an alliance anymore? How did we lose our alliance with the Pope? That's very strange. I am not sure. Maybe they lost a war or something? That's the only thing I can think of. Let it go. I do not play to pay off my student debt. You don't plan to? I've considered it. I don't know. I have a lot of student debt, man. I didn't get to finish my degree too, which... such a shitty situation. Not having a credit means I can never like buy a house or anything, but then again, it's likely I'll never be able to afford a house anyway, so it's like, oh man, what to do? So I feel you there, man. A representative of the people living in an area dominated by one of the most prominent families of the nobility has approached the throne today, imploring the king to take action against the claims are systemic abuses of power against the people there. As the ruler of Sardinia Corsica, Alessandro II has a responsibility to protect his people. Not doing so will make us appear weak and may harm the long-term growth of the province. The nobility would likely not take kindly to chastising such a powerful member of their ranks. We're kind-hearted, we'd feel for the people, so we'll chastise the landowner. We can start to get our ideas too. I'm gonna get basic financial instruments, and then we'll start working on naval ideas, which we went for first. When we get these completed, no one will be able to compete with us navally. It will be kind of insane. Oh no. We're married. Could her lips be any redder? Doubtful. Hollow in the back of your mind echo the cautioning words of the priests and preachers. Is this what the sermon spoke of? The devil in a woman's body. Oh boy. Misogyny. And the temptations of the flesh. Strange. As devils go, this one looks lost like a lot like an angel. Either way, you'll have to bring this up in your confessions on Sunday. Oh boy. Are we gonna fuck around? No. We're kind-hearted. We may be young, but we still love God too much to be tempted by the lust of woman. Oh man. Gotta love the medieval times. We have a lot of Sunni territory and we are completely unable to convert it. We're already actually very far along Reform desire. We may get a very early Protestant movement, which will be interesting. I wonder how this is going to play out. The religious wars I've been very curious about, considering how strong Catholicism is. I mean, it is very strong. So I think the Protestant Reformation is really going to be interesting. I don't know what we'll do. We're so close with the Pope. We've been such about Catholics for our whole, history. Our family has been. I don't really see us becoming anything other than Catholic unless we really get an interesting leader or we get an event or something, to be honest. I don't think really there's any natural reason we would do it. Still ways off on that debt, man. Look at that interest build up. Realism, gotta love it. We live in a world where debt is more affordable than a house. True. Oh boy. Lysander II, first of his name. Kind-hearted Lysander that is allied with Boyone. What a world. It's come a long way. All right, we have an heir. We have an heir who we will name Castora. Deal with that revolt in a moment. Who is a 4-2-4. Not too bad, not diplomatically really talented or trade talented, but very good administrator and a very good military mind. We can tell this from our 0-year-old. We look into his eyes and we can see his future. Speaking of this, actually, thank you for the prime, Flaming Dragon. Appreciate that, man. There's a mod I saw for CK3 that hides other people's traits unless you like do an intrigue thing to like learn their traits, which I thought is so cool. I may use that next grand campaign. We'll see. Next mega campaign. Because I think it's really interesting to not know the stats of people you marry, your vassals. You only know like your friends and family, and then you can do things to try and learn people's stats, which I think is really cool. Because it makes no sense in CK3 you just magically know everyone's competencies, right? So, oh man, that's a really cool one. The nomad that we accustomed in the town has revolted against us. This is an act of treachery and a revolt against our central government. Next time they try to stay in the city, we should send them off. We got devastation. No actual revolt. Get rid of that. The heir is a woman. Oh no. I did get up not long ago because I stayed up way too late finishing that recent Prussia video, so I'm going to be very slow this morning for like another hour or so, because I'm not drinking coffee anymore. So, be warned, I may make fuck-ups like this. We can put it down to RP roleplay to government incompetence, but yeah, okay. This is the second leader in a row I fucked up their name, god damn. Castora? Yeah, we can go with Castora. That actually sounds pretty nice. I'm not opposed. Truckerneer, are you cool with Castora? Because that was your naming. Go another half hour. They'll be properly woken up. Get the last of that fleet mothballed too. Are we over our limit right now? We are by a good amount. We could probably get rid of those galleys. I'd rather keep them just so we can control the med. We'll hold on to them. When we get shipyards, we can get up to our limit again, so that's fine. Hopefully she doesn't start making dams. Too early for that joke. That went right over my head. I'm sure it was one. What's up, Master? How you doing? I was going to suggest a distant female name. Castora sounds cool, for sure. You can have some name him Castora, since that usually happens. Our income's up, but our expenses are up too. Interest is not great. Fleet maintenance is not great. Army maintenance isn't great. Oh well. We just won't be running huge surplus for a while. We built most of the churches we needed anyway, so it's not the end of the world, but I always hate an EU4 when I'm not making lots of money. So we'll say for now, King Alessandro the second. He's a young man. He actually inherited very early. Our family has a long history of our leaders inheriting very early, and he's going to be yet another one of them. Kind-hearted, 525. He's competent militarily, but he doesn't want to probably fight. As a kind-hearted man, he'll go to war for allies, but we're not going to look for wars of conquest most likely unless it's really necessary. A very good administrator, so we're going to be probably working more to build up our country internally, doing development, working more on our trade power. I'm sure he'd be curious, but he's not. Diplomatic is a weird stat in EU4. These stats are very hard to RP with your ruler because they mean so many different things. Diplomatic could be his ability to actually speak well over human beings, or it could be his knowledge of trade, or it could be his ability to, you know, explore, because the game represents all that in one stat. So I'm going to take it more from the diplomatic route. So we'll say that we'll be a little bit less competent diplomatically. So won't do anything too crazy or outside the box here. Castora is beaver in French. Ah, did not know that. I actually did take a French class, language class when I was young, but I didn't listen or do very much in that class, to be honest. Do that, so if Lysander II dies with a son, it'll be Queen Castora, and if he does get a son, it'll be King Castora III, for sure. There's a widespread support amongst the people and nobility for our current policies. Indeed, they are being magnified well beyond their actual efficiency as proof of the government's goodwill and interest in the welfare of the realm. We'll take that stability. We could definitely use that since we've been dropping stability a lot in this game so far. Oh man. Castella's holdings in Italy are getting out of hand. This is going to be our jumping off point into Italy when we actually fight them, I think, is that when we fight them with France in the future, if we win, we'll start to take their Italian territory. So I think that's how we'll do this. But that's in the future, and I don't think our current king would be one to start a war without very proper cause. If Castella starts doing something really radical, we'll probably fight them, but barring that, we're looking at more of a peaceful period here under him. Unless his other traits turn out to be just like, you know, crazy. The one Twitch stream where I can talk politics and not get attacked. How dare you bring up politics? It's not the right time. The education system shows more detailed. How do you mean, Susie? From the Raven King to the Beaver Queen. God damn it. Financial instruments, big. That'll help hopefully with our trade income here. And then we'll start to work on our naval ideas and get those built up, which we can actually do right now. Because they're military. Yeah. Naval leader shock, and then next we're going to get galley combat ability 25%. We will be doing very well in the Mediterranean, I'd say, if we get that. We'll be pretty uncontended for a while navally until Britain gets really strong later game with their heavy ships. Then we'll struggle a bit. The truce is over with the Castellans. That is worrying. Hopefully they've learned their lesson. We really need to get that alliance with the Pope so we're a little bit more secure here, as I'd like to avoid fighting a war and I don't want to get declared on. We might be able to fight them again, but it'd be rough. I mean, they have 83,000 soldiers. The French only have 37, so not where we'd really like to be at. If you undertake a diplomatic education, you can choose a naval education or foreign affairs or trade. That is very true. Let's choose the education for our heiress Castora. Oh, we can't yet. I don't think she's old enough. No, we cannot. Okay. With our extra diplomat, I think we're going to probably work on building up relations with... We actually have pretty good relations with a lot of the major powers of Europe at this time. The Fatimids actually really like us. Oh, because we improved relations. Bavaria, maybe? Lotharingia? Excuse me. Lotharingia actually really likes us, so let's improve relations with them. They are allied with Castella, but, you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to make them less interested in fighting us. They really do like us, actually, quite a lot. They're very friendly. We won't tell the French that we're sending a diplomat to there, and hope for the best. They wouldn't like that. She has to be fine to be educated. Thank you, Susie. Didn't know that. Having a female monarch during these times would be disastrous if she ever tried to produce an heir. Infant/maternity mortality through the roof. Yeah, true. True. Oh. We saw that a lot in CK3. Wasn't it, who was it? One of our, like, last kings had, like, 2 of his wives die in childbirth, like, right in a row. It was crazy. But yeah, I mean, this is a time when infections were really not curable, right? So if you got an infection, there were really only a few options, and none of them were good, so... Which is terrifying. I mean, infections now are already scary. I don't know about y'all, but when I get an infection, it's something very deep, you know, deep in the human psyche that tells you, oh no, oh God, oh fuck, when you get an infection, you know? But we have options nowadays. They didn't. If you got an infection, you just have to pray. And they're so easy to get too. Ugh. We already got this one. We're going to import more iron because we're not getting enough. We're not going to import it from Castella, so we'll rely on our own resources. We'll be damned before we buy any resources from the Castellans and help out their economy. No, we will pay back a loan right now is what we'll do. One to go, and then we are balanced. I forgot, we do have our ally in Hellas. Let's actually improve relations with them when we can. Not just infection, but bleeding out too. Childbirth isn't exactly a gentle process. No, it is not. I mean, bleeding out during childbirth is definitely a huge cost, but it's infections that really made it especially disastrous, if I remember correctly. Obviously, not a woman. The beard may have given that away, so my knowledge on that stuff is not large, primarily due to the fact it's terrifying to me. Like, the shit women go through is absolutely terrifying. Like, mad respect for the strength, but Jesus Christ, I've actively avoided reading too much into some of that stuff. Which, I don't know, perhaps that's cowardice, but I do find it pretty scary. Fuck, man. What's up, Dan Scarin? Hope you've been doing well. Yeah, hope you've been doing well too, man. Hope all is good for you. Sorry, radio silence. I've had a lot of shit between my free time and part-time job. Dude, it's like that. Life will hit you, and you just gotta deal with that stuff. Getting our drill back up. Yeah, that fleet, if we contend anyone in the Mediterranean, we are in such good shape. I wish there were terrain pictures like in EU4 4C. EU4 could have done such cool stuff with Navy if they'd ever expanded on it. There's so much they could have done. That's the DLC I'd been hoping for since day one. I bought EU4 when it dropped, the day of, and I played it for most of the, I'd say first 10 DLCs really consistently, and every DLC I was just hoping we'd get like a big Navy DLC, and it never happened. And I really hope that Man the Guns made Paradox care more about Navy. Vicky 3 suggests probably not, unless they're planning to do a similar DLC model for it, but man, Navy is such an underrated aspect of the game. I've said that so many times, but it really is true. Diseases are scary. Yes, they are. I tell you, I'm sure glad I was born with a penis, dude. Agreed. Straight up. Straight up. We have that galley combat ability now. Improve rams. The concept of outfitting warships with rams goes back thousands of years, but great advancements in metallurgy have made since then, and we should take advantage of these. You know, ramming was actually used up until a scarily recent time period. Like, it was a common naval tactic all the way to the end of Age of Sail, which was the mid-19th century, but it was still done, like... Wasn't there even some ramming actions in World War II and shit? Like, it's just such a good strategy. I mean, the Greeks showed that. Not always, but... man. Cannons are starting to really become more prominent, so our Navy would be starting to utilize a more broadside based like turn and fire system, but still. So wasn't there a lot of like naval battles prior to like the medieval era was ramming? I mean, the Greeks had like fire ships and stuff, but for the most part, I mean, it was either boarding actions or just like straight up combat with swords, or it was ramming, if I remember correctly. I think. Fun fact, infections may become a big problem again. Yep. Unilateral use of antibiotics everywhere is causing infection strains to mutate in order to overcome them. Yep. We use them way too much. Why? Because they're profitable. Yeah, that stuff is pretty scary. But then again, there's so many other stuff that was like gonna bring about humanity's impending doom. Like nowadays, it's just like one thing on top of everything else, which does make it a little better, you know? Not in reality, but we have had complaints for several dignitaries in our country that the new practices of our merchants are clearly heretical. Well, we're trying to get good with the Pope again, so we'll just accept. Excuse me. I also will take a break here to grab breakfast. I didn't eat. I woke up too late. I slept through my alarm, so I will take a short eating break here in a little bit. Which is crazy, because I have an actual physical alarm clock. I don't mean like one of the digital ones. I have the actual old school, like, alarm clocks. It's fucking loud. Alright, let's go in here and try and deal with these rebels. Oh, they're moving. Oh, we're gonna have to fight them in mountains. Let's hope that that drill will carry us here. We're gonna need it. This is gonna be costly. They hold up in the mountains of Morocco. Shadid separatists, they know how to use their natural terrain. We gotta roll good here, and we're not. We are really not. Come on! We won! Oh my gosh, we actually won that. Holy crap. Alright, that'll work. Land attrition reduction on our general. General Arne Ludovici. Very Italian name. I wish generals had more like... No, you know what? I'm gonna stop bitching about EU4. I'm just gonna stop. I need to stop. Let's build a castle in Taurus. I think that's in North Africa somewhere. Really? Border fort. I guess that makes sense. We'll make the nobility happy, and then when we're done with that, we'll pay off the last of our debts. Soldiers for favors. We'll accept that. Let's improve. Their trust is really high. We have maxed out favors with them too. Let's build their trust all the way up to maxed. French trust is so low, 34. As a Frenchman, especially with the last name Bourguignon, I'd be pretty distrustful of the Sardinians too, so we can't hold that against them at all. Public building will go for market halls. Oh, there we go. How's it going, Lollipop? What's up? That seems like it's going to be tough to defend. Yeah, the mainland holdings will be rough. We have to just basically destroy their navy, and then we have to embargo them, or just completely cut them off from trade, and then hope that France and our other allies can carry us, basically. I mean, winning navally will really slow the bleeding and will give us the edge, because we just can't compete with 80,000 soldiers. Like, we just can't. We're not gonna do that. Period. Royal family with the French again. The Valois. The Queen of France did die. It's the Prince Regent, who RP-wise we married to, I believe. It shows us, doesn't it? No, because betrothals aren't a thing in EU4. Did you increase the trade node in North Africa? Did I increase it? No. No, I did not. I think I'm gonna follow Shutten Satsu. I'm sure I said that wrong. That's my attempt. Trust with the French. Our diplomats are working around the clock. We did get competent diplomats, so, you know, they're working wonders over there with the French court, honestly. Let's get that trust maxed out on our allies here. I'm sure a lot of our income would be going to diplomats. Do diplomats cost money in EU4? They don't, do they? I kind of wish they did, honestly. The rapid expansion of our ports and docks has led to more young men leaving the farms and finding work on ships for trading companies. It's getting harder to find men we can count on to march to war. Very well. That is unfortunate, but we have a ready supply of sailors still left. I'm gonna follow M. Phillips 057. It's the new world we really are getting interested in at this point. Now that we know and probably have a trade route with Eric's Fjord and Arne Anardar. I'm gonna call it Arne. Now that we have a trading route with Arne and Eric's Fjord, we'd probably be hearing all manner of rumors about the New World, and I'm sure our king and court would be getting very curious and want to go explore it, but such an undertaking is considerable, and we are not nearly ready enough to do such a thing. Another one, my gosh. We'll go for... Well, it makes sense. Hardened soldiers, probably. Yep. Absolutely. So, Nico, I love your recent Germany video. My question is, how did you get that movie/documentary or editing style? So I've been trying to teach myself a program called After Effects. It's a program that allows you to do like very short kind of like videos. It's different than Premiere in that it like has a lot more options for like effects and things you can do with like not just images and video, but like vectors and effects and all sorts of really cool stuff. I'm not very good at it. I've been using like templates and trying to modify them and trying to teach myself. So I've been using those. Right now I'm kind of using it with a crutch, but I'm trying to learn it enough so I can just completely work on making my own custom stuff. I want to get to the point this year. It's one of the goals I set with it. By August, I want to get to the point that I can make like my own intros, like just by myself for like the next campaign. So yeah, I've been trying to learn that. Looks good. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, I agree. It really does. I always wondered how videos looked so good in the past, and I just thought their editing and like Premiere and stuff was amazing, but a lot of it is After Effects. I realize that now. It's just a lot of work. I will say, I enjoy making those videos. If I didn't enjoy making them as much as I do, I wouldn't do this shit because it is very time consuming. Like, oh boy. When I used to edit my videos, like mega campaign videos or any of my videos, I'd say editing probably took me like between 4 to 6 hours if I really pushed it. Now, with the videos I'm doing, there's few that aren't below 8 hours. It takes a while. Sometimes I can get it lower. It depends. It's a lot of work, I will say that. But I enjoy making them because they come out looking really good. I watch my own videos now, so I think that's a good sign. Not all of them, but some of them, when I really like them. All right, let's educate our heir. We can feel it in the wind. Soon our equestrian elite will do nothing more than a dream remembered, as the chivalrous tradition dies out before the onslaught of modernity. The world is changing, but for now, for one last time, let the Knights of Sardinia Corsica ride. Oh, they put in a lot of work. All right, educate heir. I'm gonna pick our specific one, but I will do a poll, and y'all can pick which one we generally do. We'll do it that way. So I'll do the 3 categories, and within those, I'll choose the one we do. We'll do it that way. My poll would work. There we go. Oh no, I have to leave the menu open, don't I? Fuck. Seems that the government that governs the least governs the best, as far as those outside the capital are concerned. Our non-involvement in Ducala's affairs have proved beneficial, and the local economy is booming. The libertarian dream is alive. We'll go with trade power. Make it like a little trade hub. But here's the top tier, man. Appreciate it, dude. Arnar dollar. Oh my god. This is the third or fourth time we has gotten this event where our nobles want to marry women from Vladimir. You know what we're gonna say this is roleplay wise, alright? This is what this is. Basically, obviously there's a Tengri Vladimir now that's incorporated itself with the Orthodox Church, so they're semi-Christian but primarily heathens from the east, right? What has happened though is over time the royal family there, the Vladimir nobles, have obviously chosen to find women of good standing. They don't marry for religious, for alliances and nobility. They marry for strength of their bloodline, and as such, generations of picking the strongest women in all of the East, which is already very brutal, has made an absolutely Amazonian level of nobility in Vladimir. As such, it's currently like the common thing for minor nobles to take that on and try and strengthen their own bloodline by marrying extended members of the Vladimir royal family, who again are absolutely Herculean and Amazonian, like just massive, super strong, super healthy demigods from the east. Now, obviously, the main leaders of Christian Europe can't justify this. There's no way. However, minor nobles are doing it. So it's a common theme right now across much of Western Europe to marry, you know, a woman from Vladimir. Yeah, we'll go with that. Diplo. All right, cool. We'll give him a trading education then. However, I will turn a blind eye though, as we are not super religious. So we'll just kind of ignore it. Objectively, we'd understand, you know, we'd get it, but we obviously can't do it ourselves. Valyria is fine though, who's a bold fighter. We got incorruptible as our second trait. My gosh, he's kind-hearted and corruptible. This is a really good leader. Huh. Another really good member of House Torres. Is this when like the crippling mental problems are finally gonna go away? Probably not, but maybe. There is always a chance. Thirsty for the Tengrusi? Oh boy. Oh boy. I finally made another stream. What's up, Selmac? You aren't wrong. That Tengrusi is... The bustle markets. To learn the more practical skill of trade, Castora has been spending time in Sassari, closely observing the merchants at the markets. Nice. I just imagine, like, some, like, obviously very well-dressed, probably spoiled royal of Sardinia, just standing next to, like, a stall selling cantaloupes, or, like, cabbage, and just, like, writing down notes as this dude just trades with people. All right, we need another Diplo advisor. We're gonna go for Solomon Borromeo, which puts our galley combat ability at a whopping 60%. My gosh, look at that. Look at that. That is terrifying. They tell us of the retrial of Joan d'Arc. In the year 1429, the 100 Years' War has still been raging on. Not really. Never mind. This is all history. This doesn't apply. We'll just say that Joan of Arc showed up and was fighting the Castellans when we fought them. So RP and lore-wise, Joan of Arc was in that war with Castella and led the French to victory while we did our work. So we'll go with that. Since France has a much bigger rivalry with the Castellans. To be fair, they fought the Britannians too, but it's not like the blood feud and 100-Year War that kind of existed historically in real history, right? During this time period. We have a lot of excess administrative power. I think we're gonna probably work on deving. So for anyone who actually knows EU4 very well, what are some things I could do with my excess admin power? I'm just not used to having it. I almost never have it in games I play in the past, because I'm always conquering, but we're not doing that. Is it worth deving, or is there anything else? 100 Years War. Who's Joan of Arc? I only know Joan de Ibiza. Joan de Ibiza. Oh man. We could boost our stability. That would probably be a better idea. Naval leader fire and morale hit from losing a ship -33. Holy crap. Our navy would actually be terrifying. Like in this time period, like RP wise, in the current state of Europe, the Sardinian navy, after like destroying the world's pinnacle navy in Castella, has probably just become like the most feared thing on the seas, which it should be, because our navy is like absolutely insane. Anyone who encountered it would get pretty much destroyed at this point. Like that's absolutely wild. Whew. That being said, we do need to actually build up a trade fleet here at some point. Once we build past our limit, I'm going to build primarily trade ships for quite a while, I would say. Welcome, Denise. What's up? Dead animal parts. You mean a butcher? I assume. I hope. Sounds like a butcher. We completed the castle and we fortified to rule, making our nobility much happier. Do we want to give them a concession? We haven't given them anything. We can increase their levies. Not really. None of these make very much sense, I would say here, so now we won't do that. Castora, I apologize, is going to go to Europe to learn trade. We'll summon another deity as well, and we'll work for the burghers here. 25% more trade power. Oh, I don't know about that. Corsica, we can dev up the manpower. That we can do. In the future. Not quite yet. Take workshops really early. That might be a nice competitive advantage. Shouldn't that give us innovation since we're so early? I'm gonna boost our stability instead. We'll be patient on that one. All right, we paid off all our debts, so we can actually start to build some things up here. Coastal defense in Sardinia wouldn't be a horrible idea. We'll hold off. We'll wait until we get workshops and then build a bunch of those, I think. Today's navy at this point is the Spanish fleet, then yeah, it's the Sardinian main is what it is. It would be just feared across the world. And very soon it will be feared in the New World too. What, did you just say working for the burghers? Perhaps. We're doing what's it called? We did a diet mission for them. Which will take a little while longer than I expected. Oh, we'll have to do it this way. Let's see. Fuck, went away. Almost there. And I haven't been drilling my army. Lovely. That was a complete waste. With Castora following in Alessandro II's education pathway, one of our rulers, old tutors, has offered to assist Castora. Very expensive, but worthwhile. We'll do it. It's like, got the text going. A scandal has erupted in the royal court. King Alessandro II has taken rather too readily to the bottle in recent times. It's followed us into EU4. Oh my gosh. It really did. You know, remember I just said, I wonder if we're done with the debilitating hereditary mental issues? No, alcoholism continues. And has been seen carousing well into the night on many an occasion. It seems the drink has loosened his tongue somewhat. Oh my gosh. So much so that he has openly divulged certain intimate and embarrassing details of his marriage with the queen consort. Oh, fuck, man. Alright, we'll take the stability hit. Oh my god, that's actually hilarious. Holy crap. Yeah, it continues. Oh my gosh. That's actually hilarious. My gosh. Oh, you did hear Sardinia has good wine? It does. That's true. I believe so. It doesn't have like really like, it does have good wine. I mean, it's from Italy. Italian wine generally is so good. Is there a 15th century version of AI? I think Lysandro needs to go to their meetings. I'm sure at this point, House Torres has like a secret program where there's like a group that helps counsel them for their alcoholism. France is getting some revolts there. Close to know the family of our ruler has proven utterly naive and keeps telling foreigners vital information publicly. That's treason. This is technically, yeah, treason, but executing a member of the royalty might cause an arrest. We're kind-hearted. We wouldn't do it. I always prefer to be brutal, but Lysandro II wouldn't. All right, let's get the alliance back with the Papal States. I really, again, don't know how we lost that. I'll drink to that. The finest wine made from Sardinian olives. Fermented olives. Could you make that? Could fermented olives technically make liquor? Hold on, I'm gonna Google that. That's probably a really dumb question, but... Can you make alcohol out of olives? Yeah! There's a type of alcohol made from it. There's a vodka from Greece made out of it. Castora is distilled from wheat and a mixture of olives. That's actually a thing. Castora. I'll look that up now, I'm curious. Not entirely, but it's involved in the process, I guess. Sure, I'm saying that wrong. Yeah, they use olives. That's super interesting. Huh. Well, yeah, so I guess we have Sardinian made hard alcohol out of olives. Be one of our main exports in the future. There could be a worse addiction to alcohol. Pickled herring. That's just disgusting. That's just degeneracy. Unless you're a Swede, then I guess it's a cultural thing. If things continue like this, I feel there's going to be an early temperance movement in Sardinia in the 17 to 1800s. That sounds about right. Or just like the complete fall off of our royal family due to alcoholism. It is really crazy how much land we have. I wonder how long we'll keep that though. We are still maintaining a very, very tight grip on our government and our country. Like, ever since Lysandro the Great, we've had very, really bordering on complete authority in our country. And it's still continuing. Well into the 15th century. We're waiting for those workshops. And then I'll build a bunch of those with all this money we're saving up. We don't all eat some strumming. Plenty of Swedes hate it. Glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. One of the good ones. Ah, we lost our military advisor. That's a shame. Let's see. We'll go for Gaetano Cuddlingo. Cuddlingo? Hopefully. Cuddlingo. And we'll pay back our loan that I didn't realize we had. Yeah, we took one out earlier when we had that event. So our trust stat with the Pope now should be pretty high. Yeah, 89. Good. Lombardy's at 100 now. France is up to 50. We'll leave it there. I could get us more, but actually, no, I can't. We're out of favors. I do want to keep it like kind of in the middle. So I think it's unrealistic for us not to do that. Merchants and captains of trade vessels in Sassari have sent a representative to the government describing their home as an increasingly lawless land, where piracy runs rampant and ships and ports are routinely raided by privateers. They argue that the government has neglected them and request funding to build defenses against the growing threats. If this request is not granted, many feel like they have already lost too much and will take their business elsewhere. We'll subsidize them. We'll have to take another loan, but we could do that. Our heir is struggling with trade. That's rough. That's rough. We're gonna ask for money from the Lombards. Should ask from the papal one, but oh well. We really don't need anything. We're in very good shape right now. Oh my god, we'll never sign up. Just a heads up, we have 74 signups for the Vic game today. I don't think a lot of them will show up. I think we'll maybe get 50 at most. But theoretically, we do have 73 signups for the Victoria 3 game. Like, there's really only minor African countries left at this point. It's kind of crazy. And like a few, like one provinces. Yeah, we can deal with that. Not the end of the world. Let's take, Guess we'll get more mercantilism from the Pope. Oh, Lombardy currently has the Pope. That's interesting. Castella, the Pope, Britain, and Lothringia. I keep saying Lombardy. Lothringia is the Pope. Lothringia has the most cardinals, too. We've really fallen behind, which is surprising given how close we are to the church. Ooh, Austria actually showed up. Nice. Austria didn't actually start in the beginning of the game, but they have formed, I think. That's cool. What mods are you using beyond the converter? Do exclamation point mod and it will show up, Booster. Has the Pope gotten further into Africa? No, I don't believe so. Let's look though. Nope. They're about the same that they were. Anyone they have to fight there, they'll have to fight all these big empires down there. And I'm sure they're waiting until their tech gets a little bit higher before they go for that. Plus fighting down there is absolutely so atrocious. And they know that. Lithuania, yeah, Lithuania got very big. They ate Prussia. We'll look around the map a little bit here. Big Karelia. Huge Fatmids. Big Oman, actually. And then that fat fucking Chagatai with 77,000 soldiers. There's like 2 terrifying ex-Mongolian empires on the doorstep of the Ming. If I was the Emperor, I would be shooting bricks right now. Emperor Beng Zhuao Zhu. Not a good time to be a Ming Emperor, to be honest. He's constantly probably having to pay tribute. Ah yes, the Papal Crusader of the Sahel. The Fatimids? Fatimids? Fatimids. How close are we to workshops? We'll need to do 939. Tutor fights with heir. Castora has recently begun quarreling with one of her tutors over a disagreement. We'll support our heir. We'll support our daughter. Cool. We made the burger nobility, happy. Got the loyalty and got the manpower, which we don't need, but we actually went over our max, didn't we? Yeah. Britain has been building a spy network. Oh, no. What are you doing over there? A careless turn of phrase by Lysandro II has greatly offended the Frisian Duchess. Mollifying her will not be easy without losing face. We'll ease detentions. What kind-hearted? You pronounced correctly. I was just making a pun because they're the Fatimids. Ah, I see. I thought you were correcting my language because I always say things wrong. It's fair. They do be fat though. That's true. Thick, really. There's 3 Poland for a Vicky game. 1 under Austria, 1 under Prussia, 1 under Russia. Yeah, it's gonna be spicy. All the minors, I think, will really make things interesting. The Fatimids exist. Historically, they came to power in the early 10th century, and they're still going around for 500 years. They really really lasted. They almost got destroyed by the Mongols and they held out in CK3. Like, everything they currently have is very well earned. Like, goddamn, they really did hold out. What on earth would the Brits ever want with a spy network on us? Well, given their navy is slightly bigger than ours now, they're probably trying to research our naval secrets. We are in a naval Cold War with them. Yeah, they've got 3 more heavy ships now. Our galleys are really going to be huge, though. They did get Crusade in CK3, but they took it back later. Yes, they did. Very quickly. Our family actually briefly established a Kingdom of Jerusalem for our own line, but they took it back. And I'm sure they were all slaughtered. We could actually get more admirals, but I'd rather keep it and do other stuff with it, like developing. Britannia has claimed cultural hegemony for the British cultural group. I mean, they are the head of the British world now. I thought about nerfing them, but I really decided I'm just going to let things play out. If we get really early, big, huge countries, it is what it is. I'd prefer it not happen that way, but I don't want to intervene too much. Make it an illegal offense punishable by burning at the stake to either own or produce a translation of the Holy Bible. We're kind-hearted. We would not do that. There's no way. And let's start building workshops. Oh my god, look at the income we'll get in Sassari for those olives. Our olive oil vodka is selling really well, apparently. Our voyages into strange waters with ill-prepared ships means the wood is decaying faster than expected. Humidity, rot, termites. There's a price for finding new markets. Rough. Olive oil vodka. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We're making olive oil infused vodka on Sassari. The Hungarians took Egypt itself, but then the Caliph, who was a child at that point, came later and reclaimed Egypt. Yeah, Taurus Jerusalem died. Sad. Without the old privileges and pedigrees of other factions, the status and influence of the burghers is rarely quite as secure as those born into power. I need to sneeze, but I can't. Fuck. I hate that. Lately, a combination of financial misfortune and misdirected political ambitions have resulted in a loss of power and influence for the burghers of Sardinia and Corsica. We really would want to support them, so let's see if we can give them something else here. Might go line of commerce. Maybe free enterprise? Yeah, we'll go for free enterprise. Very simple one. We'll just start enumerating the rights of the burghers to trade freely within our realm. We're not ceding too much power. The first time Valeria watched Lysandro II sparring with his soldiers and training, she was impressed. It's not every nobleman who would enjoy the manual labor of actually learning how to wield a weapon of his own. But King Lysandro II is not any man, she thought before approaching her husband to compliment his skill. She even mustered the courage to ask his opinion on the current military situation of the kingdom. Intrigued by this mutual interest in the military aspects of Sardinia and Corsica, the king has gained a lot of new ideas for his army. Yeah, our wife is very capable militarily. She's a bold fighter. From Lombardy. They've got a very proud military tradition, so that makes sense. These two make a great match. Nice. Oh, do we get... Oh, we didn't get a military skill. We almost did. Gosh, so close. Oh, well. Naval glory. That'll give us yearly naval tradition and blockade impact on Sage, which is going to be very useful since we will not be able to hold many of our mainland holdings. So blockade strength is going to be big, I would say. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Are the Wolof huge? They are fucking, wait, is it a Wolof a nation in Africa? Or am I thinking wrong? Quarantine the port. We're not letting the plague get out. Not again. I think I'll probably develop with this Diplo power. Yeah, well, we're gonna develop. Probably Sassari. No, we're already 50 dev in Sassari. We're fine. We'll support our era again, man. She's not doing very well with her trading, is she? My gosh. Well, maybe let's look at our strategic goods here. What's something we could potentially... We're trading, no, we're not trading in olives. That'd be really nice if we were trading in olives. You need 15%, I think, right? Yeah, we're a ways from it. No, you need a lot more. We'll go to the trading fair. All right, I am going to develop olives. We'll see if we can get that. Oh my gosh. Fuck. It's growing massive amount of olives here. Let's see what that did for us. I don't know if it changed on a tick or it automatically changes. We're at 10.7. Oh, that was huge. We jumped up to 12.4. If we keep deving olive provinces, we might be able to get there. Provincial trade power modifier would be huge. Is it 15 or is it 20? Does anyone know? What's up, Nico? 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 I'm gonna go with Nico. What's up, man? Oh, you thought the flag was Wolof's flag. I see. We could support rebels. We're gonna start doing that. We're gonna support rebels in Britain. They put a spy network into our court. There's no way they're not gonna get their proper recompense for that. Doing pretty good as well. Glad to hear that. No. No, we're not going to do that. Of course the English would be engaged in a naval arms race. Of course. They're actually winning right now, but to be fair, their economy is so much bigger than ours. They have 90,000 soldiers. Castora's been lacking interest in the subject she's studying. She will like it or else. No, we're kind-hearted. God damn it. She's not going to be very well educated when she comes to power. That's unfortunate. Big third question. Is there a way I can choose to get Vanguard so I switch to Council Republic? Pass laws that they like. Vanguardists, I think, really like worker protections. They really like education. If you can pass worker protections, you get a lot more popularity for them. I think it's worker protections they really like. Let me go look at the wiki real quick. Vanguardists. Yeah, so they really like cooperative ownership. They really like protectionism. No, it's actually... There it is. Jesus fuck. So you don't want to have laissez-faire. You don't want monarchy. You don't want free trade. You don't want agrarianism. You don't want isolationism. They want protectionism. They want cooperative ownership. The party leaders don't have the Vanguardist trait, so I can just pass laws and it'll change. There's a higher chance of you getting them if you put like more laws that are popular in place. You also you already have socialism, I assume, right? That's obviously a prerequisite. Cool. Then you're good. Take it. Antihistamine. Gotta love allergy season. We'll support that struggling artist. Let's find another music playlist. I really like this one, but I played it so much in CK2. Go for this with some classical music. No, I know what I'll play. Lacking interest. Enact the Golden Bowl. I've never done this before. Oh, we're the Pope! Holy shit! The Pope Sardinian! Oh my gosh, that is huge! Alright, what bowl do we want? I've never played after they did all the stuff to Catholicism. We'll go for a Degretia Rex. In their hearts, all the faithful know God ultimately selects our ruler, and thus they rule by his grace and by his word. Yeah, I've never, oh man, I haven't played around with these mechanics. That's cool. Merchants and captains of trade in Sala have sent a representative to the government describing their home as increasingly lawless land where piracy runs rampant. We will send them aid. Yeah, Sardinian Pope, that is absolutely huge. I mean, to be fair, we've been friends of every Pope for the last 400 years besides a couple, so it's about time we actually got one. We'll say he's an extended member of House Torres. Well, yeah, we'll say that. Eleutherius. He used to be a distant member of House Torres, who got put into the church for political power. God is Sardinian. See if we can ferment some rebels here. We can start a mass uprising of Waldensian heretics. That actually might beat them. That's so expensive, though. Look at that. $124. They wouldn't probably beat that. Oh, that's just so expensive. It would be a great way to get revenge on them, though. Alright, our Inquisitor died. We'll go for... We have the Pope, so we probably shouldn't... We'll go for Anarchata. We're very close with the church. Alright, it's a good spot to take a bit of a break. I want to go make a protein shake real quick because I haven't had any food for breakfast, so I will be right back. What's Maggie? So posters from House Torres, that's going to be a very drunk Pope. Yeah, he'll be absolutely big of an alcoholic and a sinner, for sure. Almost certainly. Okay. I always feel like I should be doing something when I play EU4, because like when I used to play when I was young, I just literally map paint all the time. I still have that instinct. Like if I'm not at a war, I'm like, I need to be doing something, but no. Don't need to play that way. Young me was very much a fucking unbased little map painter. Build a church in Corsica. I'm surprised we don't already have one. Maybe we ran out of building slots. I bet that's what it was. Ah, look at that. It's changed so much since when EU4 first came out. In some ways, I really don't like kind of how they did natives. I really don't. But it does make it feel much more alive and interesting, that's for sure. I want to clarify, I get a bitch about EU4. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I played this game so much when it came out. Like the first, I'd say 5 years of EU4, I played non-stop. So this isn't like me just coming in as a Hoi player and bitching. Like, I played this game a ton, more than any other game for a while. And there were a lot of directions of it I really didn't like. But it is overwhelmingly still a very good game. It's just getting outdated now. I'm really curious to see what they'll do for EU5. I really hope we don't get a copy paste and then resell all the features back as DLC, which is probably what it will be, but we'll see. I think blank reaches the map. How do they stop being blank? These ones down here, you have to explore them. Oh my gosh, we see even more of Asia now. We got maps to the Spice Islands as well. Yep, we can see a lot of Asia now as well. Those would be very complete. But the Terra Incognita that we can't see, you have to send out ships on sailing missions to explore them. Is what you got to do. Canaries. Your 4 hours on Steam is the highest among your other games. Is it? I thought I did passive of Hoi 4. I might be wrong though. Let me take a quick look. What are my hours right now? I thought I passed Hoi. I did. Yeah, my Hoi is at 2,700 hours. My EU4 hours are at 2,500. I just narrowly passed it. Man, Stellaris is at 1,600. That's more than I expected. I have played a lot of Stellaris, though. Stellaris is one of those games that I will not play for long periods of time, and then I'll get into a campaign I'm obsessed with, and then just binge play it non-stop. Because when a Stellaris campaign gets good, my fucking god. It still is probably my favorite Paradox game, I will say. Vicky 3 I think will probably, or CK will end up being my favorite. Vicky 3, as long as they develop it well, I think will probably be my favorite. Mainly because I like the time period and the economy system more than anything else. CK 3 that will be close. But same thing, I really don't like where they're going with development. Tours and tournaments is a real big disappointment in my book, from what I've seen of it so far. I've been very unimpressed with that. Part of it, the reason's the team. Someone brought to my attention like how bad the team was for CK3. There's like no programmers. The whole CK3 team's all like creative leads and then just like 2 or 3 programmers. It's kind of crazy. We got another one. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll go for balanced books on this one. Air finally is making progress on trade. That took way too long. Made this protein shake a little too thick, I think. Too much ice. I'll try not to do Tommy K ASMR, but I am very hungry. Alright, we'll summon a Dia. We'll work on the burgers, and we'll build up the production in Corsica. It was 9? Oh, it was 8. Okay, cool. Which will allow us to build more workshops on Ducala, and we'll build on one Bizerta next. Why did I get beef refunded? Your points, you mean, or what? Good idea what you want to colonize New World. Can I vote for Texas because why not? Your name kind of makes me not surprised there, I'm going to be honest. I have a few ideas of where I want to colonize, but I want to take it more organically and kind of just see where things go, for the most part. But I do have some ideas, and I'll keep Texas in mind. It would be fun to have a Sardinian Texas. How many years off do you reckon Stellaris 2 is? A while. The team put out a statement saying they're really not at the point they're interested really in making a second one. They'd rather make expansions for Stellaris, which I think is great. Because Stellaris is a very good game, and there's still so much more they could build on top of it, so I was glad to hear that. First Contact was alright, overpriced, but not bad. It should have been like $6, $7. I'd say for Stellaris 2, we're looking at, I'd say 4 or 5 years. I think we'll get EU5 announced probably end of next year, I'd say. Maybe next year's at PDX announcement show. And then after that, we're probably going to get Hoi 5, I would say. Because Hoi 4 has been so popular and made them so much money, and there's not really anything else they can do with their current system, I'd say, besides more and more DLCs like they're putting out now, which are pretty mediocre, right? They're just grabbing our money at this point. And they know that. So I'd say it'll be EU5. That'll come out, I'd say, in 2 or 3 years. Hoi 5 will come out in 3 years, I'd say. And then Stellaris maybe 4 or 5. Stellaris 2, rather. Because although I know the dev team doesn't want to make Stellaris 2, PDX will make them do it to make more money. So that's what it'll end up being. If I had to warrant a guess. I'm gonna let that melt a bit. God damn. We might for real get a second Queen Regent. Perhaps. I'm almost tempted to take out loans just to try and fuck over the Brits. But it's not worth it. As much as I want to, it's not worth it. Especially with our leader. He's not the type to do that sort of thing. Nice. Air's making progress. More on trade. Beautiful. Let's pick up another mercantilism as well. How far off are we from... Oh, a long ways from Idea Group 2. Oh my god, Pellis is huge. 92,000. Getting all of these events over and over again. I would like for us to fight another war with Castella when we're stronger. Dude, 142,000 soldiers. This is a very alt history world where, like, it really developed quicker early. We're much further along than we were historically. What's up, Jay? How you doing? Little progress. Oh, man. We're very much going for quality over quantity. I mean, we're max drilled. We have a very high quality navy, but everyone else has larger ones. But remember, kids, it's not about the size. It's about how good it is and other important factors. It's important to remember that. Build buildings. Free admin power, and then we'll probably, yep, press gangs. No, we'll go for military tech. We need the arquebus. That's a huge tech. We'll go for that. So how will this siege? Absolutely. A revolt. High taxes. We have a widespread revolts, I guess. We'll lower the taxes. Our leader's more that kind of guy. He's not a very brutal one. It's important to remember these games that I'm not the one playing. It's the country, it's the leaders, etc. It's very hard. It's easy to forget that in EU4, especially. Oh man, I really want exploration ideas. I really want to start looking around and see what we've got over there. We know as well that there's a route to Asia now. Our court, our king, everyone would know that there is a route to Asia. We just have to get past this little landmass over here. Like, that's all we need. We just need to get past whatever this is, and we're gonna be in Asia. It's not hard. We know we can do it. One of our most famous and respected Masons has approached Lysandre II this morning, stating his concerns about the state of the monument in Kairouan. My dear king, it breaks my heart to see such a beautiful structure carelessly abandoned, left to face all the dangers of time and weather. I beg of you, please allow me to restore it. That's expensive. But we can afford it. That's that great holy city. Kairouan. Let me look that up actually. I've heard of that before. Kairouan. Oh, I've seen pictures of this. That is really beautiful architecture though. God damn. That is very pretty. And in terms of modifiers, it gives us tolerance of the true faith. And it is at tier 1 right now. Institution spread in truth provinces. Ah, no, we don't get it because we're not Muslim, so it doesn't matter. We can relocate the whole thing. No, it's too big. Okay, good. It's not one of those. We can move the Maori statues, or not Maori statues, what are they called? The statues in the Easter Islands. I know you can move those. Invitation to a feast in Ostfalen. That's very far, so no. Vladimir's cool, yo. Vladimir is very cool. Tengri Vladimir is probably the most interesting country in the game right now, I'd say. Oh shit! He died! Lysandre II died. He was in his 20s. You know what it was? Can anyone warrant a guess as to probably why King Lysandre II died? Can anyone take a guess there? I have my thoughts. Yeah, alcohol poisoning, exactly. It's definitely the alcohol, let's be real. Another young, very promising Torres dies far too young from olive oil infused vodka. We'll do a fortune teller. Very well. We have a queen consort, Regent Valeria Abertangui, a bold fighter, and she is currently ruling for our heir, Castora the First de Taurus, a 424, who's being brought up with trade, but she's really not taken to it. Maybe she'll work harder now that her father has died and she knows that she's about to rule in literally 2 years. She's 13 years old. Like I said before, our family has so many cases of rulers just inheriting way too young. That's gotta take a toll. You know, there's studies recently, and this is unconfirmed because all this stuff, psychology is such a new topic. Psychologists will act like what they're saying is absolute, and we know some very good things, but a lot of it's very up in the air still. But one of the things that, like, supposedly I've read about that might be a thing is that obviously stress damages you dramatically. CK3 puts that into very good, you know, perspective, right? Which is, stress isn't just some abstract thing. It has a very, very noticeable impact on your mind, of course, but also your body. And those sorts of things can go through generations, right? There is evidence to support that stress and trauma obviously can cause problems through generations. So I would hazard a guess that a large reason there are so many mental issues in our family and problems might be due to the fact that so many leaders, so many kings, so many members of our dynasty have just ruled so early when they weren't ready. And I'm sure that stress is probably, you know, contributed to some of this, which is kind of sad, you know? Like, fuck. I mean, I guess that's how it is for medieval leaders in this time period, but I think I would warrant part of this is probably due to that. Which is a little heavy. Goddamn. Alright, we'll have to pay back that loan. Finally. Marvelous news, my liege. What she told me was true. We have finally been able to unleash our pure strength and luck. No one dares to block us now. Nice. A few points there. Long live Queen Castora. Why is it named House Torres? Our family? Because it was the historical family that ruled in Lagadoro at the start of the game. They were a real family that existed. Not a lot was known about them, but a little bit was, and I found them very interesting. So we went with their dynasty. I originally planned to actually go the Judex of Cagliari because they have the big city in Sardinia, but I found their history to not be very interesting. And I was doing research on this campaign for Sardinia, and I was looking at all the Judex on the island, and I found the Logodoran ones to just be very, very, very interesting, to be honest. Andrea's father was a really interesting man in that time period with the schism and stuff. All right, she's almost queen already. Oh man, yet another make or break scenario. Either she'll adapt and do very well, or she's gonna struggle. Where's the name from? Originally, I'm not too sure. It's just the name that was obviously down in like the ledgers from, I believe, like a lot of the papal archives and stuff from the family in that time period. Where does it originate? I think it's Iberian. I think it's from Italy. Not Italy. From Spain, I think. We've been invited to a feast in Britannia. Absolutely not. It's not happening. Where does the name Taurus come from? Torres originate. No, I'm curious. It's Latin. Taurus is Latin for tower. Wow, that makes sense. We do have the tower on our coat of arms. I should know that. I should really know that. It's a surname in the Catalan, Portuguese, and Spanish languages, primarily as well. It's the plural of... Okay, so tower is Tora. Tora in Latin? Latin is Taurus. Taurus is plural, so it would be towers, I guess. Oh, that's cool. It's the 50th most common surname in the US. Huh, that's cool. So it'd be towers in English, I guess. Yep. No, that's not a bad... Towers is that's a strong last name. Like that's like a politician's name. You could run on Towers. I'm just saying. Like you could run for office on that name. And just have a minimal policy platform. I mean, like honestly, that would look very good on a campaign poster. One moment is... But yeah, that's like I said, very strong name. Almost can pay back that loan. Marry someone named... Oh man, I can't even begin to pronounce that. What does that mean, Denise? I gotta stop making these protein shakes so fucking thick. We're really just waiting for our next idea group. That's when things will start to get really interesting. Until we get exploration, things will just kind of be very slow here. Especially with these good rulers. If we get a really like warmonger, it'll get spicy again, but we'll see. I mean, maybe we'll get a warmonger out of Castora. You never know. Planes. A 9/11 joke. Nice. I also like how our land control is just going up. 54%. My gosh. Pay it off. All right, our new queen, Castora II. 424. We really need to secure an heir. We need to marry someone. We can marry a French prince. No, we can't. We need to find new grounds here. Hellas wouldn't be a good idea either. Let's see who we can marry. Yeah, Lotharingia we could actually marry into. Bavaria we could marry into. The Swedes. The Danes. Not interesting options here, to be honest. Frisians. The minor noble families. No one really befitting of the queen of our stature, though. No. We'll wait. We'll find someone later. Oh boy. She's malevolent. Oh boy. Are we gonna have a little tyrant queen? We may. Wow. Me just talking about how we're gonna have a very relaxed period here. Nope. Oh, that's spicy. That is very spicy. Oh, bae. Okay. No, this will be fun. This will be fun. Oh boy, that opens up a lot of possibilities, not gonna lie. Oh boy. I know what we're gonna do. Oh. Okay, trade education, nice. We got a little bit of bonus to trade. Nothing too crazy. We didn't get any extra training in it, but we do get some nice little stats there. It's not too bad. We're about to get the arquebus too. That's a really good one. The reign of the evil beaver begins. That would probably be like the commoner's nickname for her, the evil beaver. Papal State invites us. Of course, we'll go meet with the Pope. Pay our dues to His Holiness, who would be a relative of ours. He'd probably be like our cousin or their cousin removed or something like that. We've got a lot of influence in Italy right now. Which is why I think it is a great time when Queenie gets a little over here for us to start plotting a war with the Castellans. Don't you think? She is definitely a plotter. Has Castora married? I'm making a family tree starting with her. Oh, you are? Hell yeah, Susie. Not yet. Oh my god. More Vladimir warrior women. The tradition continues. More malevolent. So we'll denounce them just because we can. We're gonna call them out to the whole world on marrying Eastern warrior women. Call them out publicly in our palace, in our court while we're ruling. Succession war between France and Castella. Oh boy. We need to find a husband though. We need to build up the military next. I want to build up a few more workshops and then we're going to start to really upgrade the military. Start to work on it. Let me think about... Let me take a moment to think here. We'll wait a few years. I mean, 15-year-olds can still do a lot, but we'll give it a bit more time. I mean, if anything, her court wouldn't want to do anything radical. And she's not stupid from her stats, so she'd know that. So she'll wait a little bit and consolidate power in her court. for that. Firearm regiments. Nah, we're fine for right now. How are we looking navally? Castella has our amount of heavy ships. We'll need a few more. We do outtrade them in galleys. I think I may just build more galleys. Because we have an absolutely whopping 50% combat ability on them. And they're cheaper. So we can maintain an economy. It's a little bit riskier, but I think that's the play here. We really... This is a good point for us to actually try and sell Moray to the British. No, we've already gotten to be rivals with them. But then again, she's not the type who would give a fuck about that, would she? I mean, honestly. We can't release Moray as an independent country either. Could sell it to the Norwegians. Yeah, we could. First radical choice of Queen Castora's reign. She's going to sell Moray to the Norwegians. Dramatic shift in foreign policy in Sardinia here. I know what I'm going to go for here. I know what our little malevolent queen is thinking. Oh boy. We will continue to keep our own resources, even if we don't have enough. We need to get North Africa to push them out. That's really huge. If we can push them entirely out of Northern Africa here, we'll be in good shape. We'll build a barracks. Man, Hesse's got a lot of cardinals. Oh, Hesse is really strong. I did not realize that. They actually would ally us too. Hold on. That would be actually pretty big. We're in need of more alliances right now, and we also need a husband, so I think we may marry a prince of Hesse. They're the emperor right now as well, aren't they? They are not. No, they are. Yeah, okay. We'll marry the one of the sons of the emperor of the HRE, giving us a more solid position with Central Europe, getting us a husband and another strong ally. That makes it pretty much impossible to fight us. How bad is Asia? What's up, Edward? Not too bad. Castora has become renowned for our country's artistic achievements and blossoming economy. Artists, philosophers, and poets are flocking to Sassari, and the thriving economy has allowed extensive artistic funding. Several fine architectural buildings are being erected, and beautiful gardens are built to demonstrate our country's wealth, and many members of our new intellectual elite have ideas on how to improve various parts of the country. We'll work on production methods. Asia is not too bad. Palace is huge. Chagatai, which are one of the successor states to Mongolia, are huge, and the actual Mongols are still around, so that's interesting. Besides that, nothing too crazy. Alright, we got another reform. State and religion. We can go lands for the church, curtail clerical privileges, expand temple rights, or maintain the balance of power. More malevolent. We're going to curtail clerical privileges. And we will need a new general too. Let's get 2 as well. Might as well. Ooh, Castora. D beta. Wow. 6040. That fire's not super important yet though, is it? That's a shame. The nobility still recall the days when the queen was just the first among many nobles. They yearn for a return to those days. Well, they are not coming. We're back to our very tyrannical, firm grip rulers. Oh, I've missed it. I've missed being able to really crush everyone. It's way more fun than being nice. Okay, let's get a marriage with Hesse. We're going to send an ambassador requesting a betrothal alliance with the Emperor. And we have a husband, not very competent, is he? Simon. He's a 331. He doesn't know how to hold a sword, nor query an aquabus, but he's a very capable man and good conversation partner. That's fine. We've got the military might in our queen, so it's no big issue. He can work on ledgers and stuff while we lead our armies. A religious local philanthropist has begun to create schools for poor children and taplots. The ambition is to bring literacy to the poor and educate them in the way of the Catholic faith. Of course, there are those who argue that this is an activity without risks. Sure. If it helps us out. It's just a remote corner of Sardinia. There's a pegging joke in the marriage somewhere. Yeah, I'd say so. I think Simon might be getting pegged, I'm gonna be honest. He's also a bumbling buffoon. Oh my god. We really just married like an incompetent German prince. Not the husband we were wanting, but then again, kind of a good thing. Castora's definitely got the boots in the marriage. Called it. Let's see, let's work with the burgers again if we can. Yep, we'll build a marketplace in Minorca. Okay, there you are. Not super useful. I don't know why they want one there, but hey, if it helps us out, why not? Our first war that the Queen is going to fight is going to be a war of the Sajidites. Does anyone know of EU4? No. How bad is it to have your leader as a general? Like, what are the chances of dying? Is it like really, really high, or is it like, you know, just higher chance? Does increasing stability than increasing the time it takes to get exploration ideas? Unsure if they use the same currency. I'm not too sure on that one. Dexter, I'm not too sure. Does anyone, if anyone else knows, please let them know, because I'm not too sure. Good way to get rid of a ruler. I know, but I want our queen to become like, you know, like an actual commander and stuff. This is an RP game. We're doing it. I don't care if we lose her. I hate to have to move around mechanics like this, especially ones that are annoying, but we're gonna do it. As soon as we get an heir, Castora's gonna start to lead armies. I want her to be like Lysander the Great's heir kind of thing, you know? We're gonna go that route. Large Renaissance library. With the rediscovery of the classics, there's been a shift to focus on personal collections, no longer restrained to the dusty cellars of monasteries. Ancient texts as well as more modern writings on similar subjects are finding their way into manors and palaces across the country. Now, one of these collections has been open to any who have sufficient reason to ask for an invitation. Lovely. Libraries are absolutely magical. It's high enough that I wouldn't do it without an air. Okay, we'll wait for the air then. Females are not allowed to become generals anyway. Are they actually not? That's such fucking bullshit. I understand the logic, but there's so many cases of female rulers leading combat in this period. That is so fucking annoying. Here's what we're gonna do. I could rename generals, can I? Is there a way to rename generals? No, you can't. Alright, I'm gonna rename a general as our queen. Since I can't get a representation of her as a general, we're gonna just have a general named after her, so if he's leading men, it's gonna be her. We'll do it that way. We'll do a workaround. I'll go over her stats even if they're bad too. Oh my god, they're so bad. I lied. We're gonna do another one. That's just so bad, man. She has a 4. I'll wait till we at least get 4 pips, because she has 4 military. 3, 4, 5. All right, that'll work. That's gonna be Castora. I refuse to let this game break my immersion. Spell it right for once. I always put my leaders as generals. They might die, but who cares? Yeah, I agree. That pisses me off. You can't make queens generals. All right, let's finish off the last of the Sagidides. We'll send in Castora herself. How old is she right now? At 18, she's going to lead her first army into battle. We still haven't had a kid yet. Fuck. To be fair, if I was Castora, I also wouldn't want to fuck Simon Billung. I mean, my god, I get it. That is rough. Alright, let's wait for it. We're attritioning a wee bit, but that's fine. One more tick. Here we go. Let's declare the war. The first war of Queen Castora and the, oh man, what is this? The 7th war of the Sagidides or something like that? It's a lot. There's been a lot of war of these guys. But this will probably be the last one. I don't really foresee them surviving this in any capacity. Do you want to play Sweden? Since that was the European nation with rulers commanding during the early modern era. Stack wiped them? Nope, almost. I thought it was. We'll move on to siege out Tadla, the fortress there. We'll hold it. No artillery yet in the game. We're going to be completely cut off from all sudden expansion by the Pope. Not that I'd really plan to go south through the desert, but still. It's a little inconvenient that he cut us off like that. One away from naval ambitions. The next 3 ones are so important. I will get them very early. Siege is going very slow here. It's a big fortress. And the mountains, too. Yeah, that'll be rough. What's up, Dr. Murphy? How you doing, man? Been a while. You've been playing much First Contact, man? I think increasing stability uses the same admin power currency that you need to buy tech upgrades. Yes, it does. It uses, admin power. If that's what you're asking, yes, it does. Including the rest of the ideas for exploration might be wrong, but might be worth checking. So exploration ideas are Diplo. So we'll need Diplo power for exploration ideas. That I do know, for sure. I want to destroy that army, but we have to continue the siege. Ooh. We're Defender of the Faith? Is that what this is? We're Defender of the Faith. We're malevolent. We do not want to fight the thick warrior women of Tengri Vladimir, and they're also allied with our family in Greece. They're actually allied with them. No, Moldavia is. They have territory up near Vladimir. This is tough. On the one hand, we don't give a fuck. She would not care about honoring alliances. On the other hand, we would, even she would want to see our family do well in Greece. And if they beat Moldavia here, they would doubtless probably take land from Hellas, which is not good strategically. She's got a good military mind. She'd know that. We're gonna join the war and fight the thick warrior women of Vladimir. Let's finish this war in North Africa, and then we're gonna cross over. Get the fleet. They don't have much of a navy, but let's get it prepared just in case. Stellaris DLC, I haven't got it yet. Oh, for sure. Hope all has been well for you though, dude. I can't keep up with Stellaris. Too much micromanaging for me. It is a lot. That's true. The micro is a lot. How's it going, Atana? Atana. This will be a rough war for us to fight, not gonna lie. I am gonna go a little harder here. I think I'm gonna follow Untisakolonke. Oh. Untis? Oh, I'm gonna struggle. How's it going? Thank you for the follow. I'm great. How about you? Doing very well as well. Very much enjoying the mega campaign. Who all are they at war with? Only Moldavia and Hellas. How many soldiers does Hellas have? 23,000. Vladimir 72. We could theoretically win this. It is possible. I bet they went military ideas though. No, religious. Religious ideas on Tengri Vladimir. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Huh. Okay. We gotta start conserving our manpower though, so I will break the siege off in part. I was playing Stellaris earlier. I just realized I have not used the espionage mechanic yet since it came out. It is a lot of fun. In single player, if you do an RP games, Scova, espionage, I don't know. I have really mixed feelings about it. Overall, I really do like it though. It is a lot of fun to do in single player, just to do like a straight playthrough where you focus in on it. So I'd really recommend doing a playthrough. I did like a megacorp, like a criminal megacorp playthrough, where I did a bunch of espionage by myself in single player, and I really had a good time with it. So definitely worth a playthrough. I think I'm gonna follow Care Fitton. Oh, this is not looking good. They have allies too, don't they? Yep. No, they have vassals. Novigrad, and then Araltau. There they are. Step horde. Oof. We'll station our secondary army in Hellas in case that they push south. Does Hellas still have an army? They do. I don't know where it's at, though. No, it's on their islands. Okay. We'll have to do a naval landing. Oh my god. We land in Crimea, we can maybe push and knock them out here and cut off their way back. They do have a fleet too. We'll take insecure castles and get that siege ability bonuses. We've gotten so many abilities in the Age of Discovery. It's kind of crazy, but we did hit a lot of these really early. The Protestant Reformation. Thoughts of disapproval against the Roman Catholic Church are spreading across Europe as a result of the increasing corruption of monks and clerics. Voices are raising questions of current principles and greed of the church. A monk in Trist has for some time expressed deep concerns that is now openly declaring his discontent with the church, paving the way towards a reformation of the faith. Protestantism has appeared. Oh man. In northern Italy too. Whew. 0 to 100 real quick. All right. We can push that fleet out of port. I can send my fleet up to blockade them in Vladimir, or sorry, in Novgorod. That's a long way for our fleet to go, though. We could get more basic rights, I'm sure, with the Swedes. We're historical friends with them. Come on, we need this siege. But we need our men more. Look who it is, the Beard Bastard. What's up, Scythe? How's it going? Protestantism spawned right where I live in your timeline. Your ancestors are currently religious radicals in this timeline. Plotting the reform of the Catholic faith. Let's proclaim a holy war. We're gonna need that for this. Can I call a crusade? We can call a crusade on Vladimir! Oh my gosh. We're calling it a crusade on the Tingri in Russia. Oh boy. Spicy. Oh, yet another House Torres crusade. This one we called ourselves. Oh boy. Oh yeah, a lot of mods. Fuck, we gotta finish this goddamn fucking siege. We're stuck in North Africa. I'm throwing everything on it. Nope, we got it. Go, go, go. Knock out their army. Take the last siege. And then we'll be able to end this war, and we need to go to Vladimir. Got our troops in Hellas. Let's keep them drilling. No, we can't. It's not our area. Alright, so we're going to land a lot of our troops in Crimea, and then we're going to take on them. We need to go. We need to go, like, right now. Fuck, we don't have time for this shit. Of course, we're going to take heavy losses, too. Alright, the queen is going to clean up. And we'll join up with the rest of our forces shortly. Our other main task force from North Africa is going to head over there. I'm going to get mercenaries. I want us to win this war. This would be really big for our faith. It would be really big for Hellas. Especially since Protestantism appeared. I mean, I'm sure we are still a little religious, and as such, we know that right now, with people sowing swords of oh my gosh, sowing seeds of chaos in Catholicism, this is an important time to make a show of strength. Their army defeated ours. Oh, we need to sue for terms. We might actually have to let them survive here. We will let them hold out with their rebels. And their rebels disappeared. Of course they did. attritioning a bit there too, because we don't have a port. They did take the siege. My worry is that Hellas just won't bring their army here, to be honest. That's my big worry. This is EU4, Nico. Well, just so you know, less than an hour before the game. Yep, I know. We got around half an hour to continue this. Alright, this is the risky part. That might be coming for us, not gonna lie. Try to hide out in Theodosia. Oh, fuck, they're coming. Am I committed? Oh, fuck, I'm committed. This doesn't look good. I'm not going to throw more soldiers in either. Can't. Come on, we need to win this. We need to win this. This does not look good. Come on, rule! Oh, that's not it! That's not it! Oh, no. This is turning into a slaughter. Oh, God. Oh, God. It might be enough. It might be enough. Oh, come on! Roll! Roll with all your might! I'm committing to this. Come on, we need a good roll. They've got reinforcements coming. Come on! Oh, we won it! Oh, we won it! Big? We lost a lot of soldiers there, though. We had 12,000 men slaughtered. No prisoners taken. We'll bring the mercenaries, we'll train another division, we'll send it, we'll back all these up, and then we'll try and push out here. Hellas is just not going to send their armies too, which is really unfortunate. We'll wait for the reinforcements, and then we'll make an attempt here to push. There are claims the local fishermen are improving their ship designs. If we do a careful study of the ships and try building a copy, our best admirals believe that our naval technology will benefit a lot in the future. Let's go for it. They can bring that 6 as well. Let's get them right now. Oh, that's important. They're low, but we gotta take this. They have 4 heavies. Nope, they ran. Good. We need to get like a province in like Cyprus or Crete. We need more power projection in the Eastern Mediterranean Black Sea here. This is also still so important strategically due to the amount of like food that comes out of here, even during this time period. Ooh, fucking hell. Their fleet is really a problem. Yeah, it's just hit and run, which is smart. A Renaissance genius. We already had this event. We had a very competent man. Can we get him into the army? We can. We'll pull him into the army. That's what the queen would definitely want, let's be honest. When do we get our second trait? Still a while. Why does the map look so cursed? This is a grand campaign, so we save converge from CK3. There's a lot of history of everything. It doesn't look like a regular EU4, but I'm sure if you haven't seen anything in the mega campaign, it looks very weird, but that's how alternative histories go. Okay. We'll bring... Where are the reserves at? There we go. We are moving them on. Then we'll bring the reserves, and then we will have a fighting force here. Oh. Oh, that's not it. Go, go, go! Admiral! Admiral! Oh, fuck. Delay them! We got the troops across. Come on, get there, get there. Big. They're retreated. They are smart. I'll give them that. They know when to cut their losses. We need to repair the fleet too. Let's send them back to Tunis. We're gonna have to wait forever for our campaign here. What happens in this game if you don't have an heir if you die? Does the game keep going internal track of your family tree? I'm not too sure, Asus. Given how many extended families members we have of House Torres, I may just put another House Torres on the throne. E4 doesn't give us mechanics to introduce like relatives to the throne, which is a very common thing during this time period. And I'm not gonna let shitty game mechanics stop us from like doing this. This is a roleplay campaign. I'm gonna actually, I haven't done a lot of it, but I will be liberal with edits if we need to, if it makes sense RP wise and, you know, realistically. Because these games have a lot of very unrealistic elements, and I don't want that to get in the way of things, so. If there's a good, really good reason we wouldn't have another member of our family on the throne, though, then that's what it is. Alright, let's bring the last of our troops here. With all these over, we have to make something happen. No, you don't need to, no. It's not what you need to do. Another noble of your culture will rise to the throne. Somebody of your family, sometimes not. I lost the Trastamara in 8 years of my Castille campaign. Yeah, I really wish EU4 had better systems for, like, people and royal families and stuff, but they don't. So many DLCs, so many mechanics they added, and they never added that, which was so important. We'll bring our main fleet to screen it, too. I can't let our fleet get hit like that again. Vladimir does have 4 heavies. It's not a lot, but without our main fleet there to support, it will be an issue. We're going to be walking into the dark here. They have a lot of soldiers. We actually hit their fleet? Oh, we caught their fleet off guard. Go, go. Come on, stick a heavy. I don't know. They ran immediately. Damn. It begins. Queen Castora is launching her spring offensive in Russia, or I guess this is Russia now, isn't it? We're gonna have to make the crossing. No, we're gonna go around. Oh, actually, we won't get a crossing bonus here. I forgot about that. Which makes no sense, because you do have to cross here. But oh well. It's to our advantage, so I won't complain. We've crossed. Found a large force of Novograd, which we routed. Let's try and take the fort. We'll let our mercenaries just raid and pillage. We'll take this battle. Nope, nope, he's walking away. I am tempted to take this. No, we're sieging really quick. Did I take that? No, I didn't. I thought I did. Fuck. We won't even need it. Another victory? This actually is starting to turn around a little bit here. How long do we have before the game? We can go for like another 20 minutes. Delete my mod too before I forget. Go. No, let's be smart here. Would we be looking, we'd be looking at a member of the health side of the Taurus family inheriting? Yeah, probably. Or we might even have to bring in a Castella one, to be fair. Did the mercenaries lose all their manpower already? Probably from attritioning. No, I still have more. Alright, we're almost taken back. Let's get our fleet the fuck out. Oh my god, we might lose ships here. No, we're fine. We got a little bit more. We will have to not be able to continue to maintain that. Oh, Hellas actually brought their navy up. That's nice. Wonderful. And they have a heavy ship now, too. If they could bring their soldiers, they did! Oh my gosh. Alright, this war is actually looking alright. This is gonna be interesting. If we can establish a strong Christian Moldavia in the Black Sea here. I really want Vladimir to do well in this game. I don't want to kill them, but I wouldn't mind making them a little bit weaker, not gonna lie. And this is a great opportunity to do so. They're at war. Oh my god. We have an heir! Castora. Hellas just got declared upon by like all of Greece. We gotta... Who's this war with? Are we the war leader? We're not. We should be. That's fucking dumb. I want to get us and Hellas out of this war. Fuck, we have a huge war in Anatolia now to deal with. They have a big fleet, too. Alright, this just got really rough. Let's bring our fleet back for repairs in Sassari. I'm gonna get us some more galleys. We may need it here. We've got all our forces stuck out here. Thankfully, we haven't lost a lot of manpower. Okay, this is getting really, really spicy. Not the good kind. We need to get a peace with the Vladimir. Look at that. We got the siege. We're stuck here. Their navy's blocking us out through the strait. Well, this is gonna be rough. Hellas, you just gotta hold. If we can defeat their navy here after we repair, we'll be in alright shape. We need the limber. That would really be big. Okay, their main fleet is mostly transports. They have 8 heavies. We can beat that. We just need a repair. Fuck. Big battle. We need to win this. We might get it. It'll be close. Come on! Oh my god, so many of them. Hold! I'm not above this. Oh, we need that morale, though. I'm not above this. That's a bad fucking roll. Come on! Hold! They got reinforcements. Jesus Christ. Oh, we're not gonna get this. This is so bad. This is so bad. We got so fucked by the Greeks, that's kind of crazy. What's their religion? They're Orthodox. Why are they doing this? We're fighting heathens! Come on. Oh, we can't. Why can't we cross? 2 days. Come on. We made it to Crimea. Just get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Oh, fucking hell. And our navy's not ready. Oh my god, this is so bad. It's ready. We got it. We gotta send it. Let's go. They're gone. We just lost 60,000 men in the east. Wow. This is not good. This is disastrous. This is absolutely disastrous. We're not paying them 2,000 ducats. No, we'll just stay in the war if we have to. Let's find their fleet. There's a small one. We'll knock out their trading fleet here. In the dark days of war and death, a reminder of new beginnings can ease the pains of our people. Our great queen Castora and her noble prince consort Simon have been blessed with another child. The arrival of the babe has brought new hope and energy to the royal couple. Really? After losing 60,000 men? Hey, alright, good, I guess. Can't relate, but nice. There's their fleet. Fuck. Go. We're stuck in the Black Sea. Come on, get there. We need to get control of the Med right now. We need this bad. Come on. Oh, that's our fucking transport fleet. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We got there. Hold it. Big. We've got the galleys. There it is. We sunk one of their heavy ships. We lost 4 transports there. That's not good. I don't even know how we can come help them. We can't? There's nothing we can do here. Yeah, there's nothing we can do here. We're gonna have to prep a war for them. We have to get Hellas some territory back. They might survive this. And on that note, on that somber note, we get exploration. We are maintaining our manpower, though. I will give it that. I mean, I want to commit troops, but we really can't. I'm going to try and pull them out. I'm going to try and pull them out for a battle here. I want to at least sink their navy and hurt them economically. No, they can see that, can't they? I'll go repair if they don't go in like a minute here. Fuck. I mean, we could all in here again. We just don't have the forces for it. I could drop on more mercs. Do I want to all in on this war? Can we all in on this war? We can cut them off, though. I mean, because we will get the naval supremacy here. They have too many men. No, she's strategic. She is smart. She's not kind. We're going to let them lose the war, and we'll prepare for the future. That's all we can do. Wow. That turned very quick. Crusade is over. Yeah, no, this is the first big loss of EU4. This was a pretty bad one too. If Hellas survives, we need to take Crete, we need to take Cyprus, we need to get strategic holdings in the east, and we need to prepare a big war. Oh, okay. We gotta really push for Hellas to get power. Like, that's really the only option. Who's their rivals? The Pope would go in a war against us with them. We could actually get the Pope to go in with us here. That would be really big. Reports have come in that your Marshal Barsone Ferraro Fisco is using your soldiers to extort money on the peasantry. We're gonna force him out of office. Competent? No longer. We no longer have a competent court. Big. Tech 7. Yeah, he already had Mill 7. How's it going? No, Vatso 10. Only for your stream, follow... Oh my god. Can one of my mods ban him? War score is -44. It's pretty bad. There's their fleet. Hold on. Go, 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 go. Greece retreated. Go. Come on. They're running. Those fucks. We're gonna meet him. We're gonna meet him. Nice. Killed 4 more galleys and they ran. We took actually a lot of losses there. I gotta go repair again. My gosh. Woo. How long do we have? I'll go for like another 7 minutes and we'll go over to Vicky 3. We have nothing to justify a war on with these guys. We might just have to take the L and, like, hit them. I think it's going. She's a lawgiver. A malevolent lawgiver. That's interesting. Wow, okay. Huh. Okay. Well, I mean, she has high admin power. That makes sense. And she's very militaristic, very tough. Yeah, lawful evil queen, literally. Renaissance appeared in Sassari. I knew that would be tough. I didn't expect us to get so thoroughly fucked there. Here's your fleet, go! See if we can get another good naval action here before the war ends. There's a big naval battle up here. Go, 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 go. I don't think we'll get there in time. It'll be close. Nope. No, it won't. We're gonna battle in the Aegean here. We have 19 galleys. We should be winning that handily. Serbia's fleet got wiped. They put their fleet down there. We can at least blockade their capital here. We'll do that. We'll blockade the Bosphorus. For what it matters. What's that interest do? We will find out. They're still trying to marry Vladimir. Absolutely not. We just fought a war against them. Your countrymen were slaughtered by them. How can you ask such a thing? Well, we're siphoning out a ton of their money, at least. There it is. Ah, the poor Greeks. Borders are porous and ever changing, shifting with the fortunes of the latest conquests. Historians will perhaps blame us for the events that have transpired recently in Sarkusta. Alright. We have a claim on Castella. We really gotta build up our military here. I do want to try and pull our navy out here, so I will retreat us. There's no ports friendly to us in the east anymore. We really need to get one of those islands. I hate to declare no Casus Belli war, but that's about the only way I can think of us getting anything there. Go. Go. Go! They're just not quick enough. I wish I had a place I could base my fleet closer. God damn it. Come on. No, they're running. Fucking cowards. I mean, I would run from them too, to be fair, but good, we wiped one of their navies. I'm gonna try something. The evils of the Rus beat the great noble Greek armies. Yes, they did. Cassispelli's, you made it the fuck up. The main problem is the stability hit, though. Ah. This ain't it. Go, go, go! We might lose a flagship for this or big ship, but that's fine. I want this fucking battle. They ran. Counts. We will stay in the war to the end with them. I'm hoping that they can at least get a piece where they hold out in like a Kia or something, or an island. We're gonna take this back for them. We're gonna make Hellas into Byzantium at this point. I'll be damned if we fucking don't. That's gonna be my big goal for next session. Queen Castora. She has a hatred for the Russians, but it's nothing compared to her hatred for the Anatolian Greeks. So when we continue next Sunday, we're gonna try and get Hellas to conquer like all this region and form Byzantium. We will wipe that little Serbian fleet. Good. Despite all these losses, we are really starting to go pretty good militarily here. If we build ourselves up after the end of the war, we're going to be in pretty good shape. Our naval costs are just so colossal. But it's the only thing allowing us to hold out in any capacity. Oh, he fucked up. They're an Empress. Go. We might cut them off in Ionia. Oh, we're gonna get it! In the Strait of Messina! Come on! Sunk a few more galleys, that's it. I will say, it sucks to lose, but this is a really interesting way to lose. And like, the political ramifications of this are pretty wild in a good way. Not for us, but we have a new enemy. As soon as the war's done, we're gonna name them our rival. Anatolikon. And on that note, I didn't want to see if we get to the end of the war, but we are going to end here and go on to Vicky 3. Ah, my gosh. Interesting session, though. I thought we were going to be relaxing, and then the latter half just got so spicy. My gosh. We're in a really okay position. We are strong. We still have our navy. We can rebuild our military. We're really starting to get powerful. When we come back next week, we are going to seek to end this war and then prepare for the next one. And alongside the Pope, launch a crusade against the Orthodox in Constantinople and push Hellas into power in the region, which will be next week. I really wish we could continue right now. I'm going to be honest, but we can't. So, fuck. All right, on to Spain, Vicky 3, where we also have an unwinnable war to fight.